Nyesom Wike in line with its constitution.
The PDP has refused to protect the governor of Rivers State. They have equally lost the guts to call Barrister Nyesom Wike to order, a situation that has culminated into the impetus that the Martins and Mehule and co are using to issue threats to an executive governor. This situation has prolonged the tension in the state and is forming a clog in our wheel of progress. The PDP should openly declare its stance on the current leadership torso in Rivers State and who they are working with.
Mr. Leno also called for the immediate withdrawal of the purported list of members of the caretaker committee in Rivers State.
PDP National Working Committee should immediately withdraw that purported list of caretaker committee members that is said to have emanated from them, because it is a list of Wike's foot soldiers who are stationed in the state to cause distraction to the governor of Rivers State. The party must demonstrate their action that they recognize the fact that, according to its constitution, the governor is the leader of the party in the state and not the FCT minister. If the party fails to withdraw that list, ODD shall begin to call on the state governor to enter into talks with other political parties who are ready to show him love, respect, and protection.
In another development, Chairman of the Caretaker Committee of the APC in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, says the party has uncovered a plot by Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara to procure interim orders to declare the activities of the State House of Assembly illegal. At a media briefing in Port Harcourt, Mr. Okocha said he will petition the National Judicial Council (NJC) and name the judges that are allegedly going to be used to grant the order. He says the APC in Rivers State would resist such a move.
I want to use this opportunity to inform the Rivers people and Nigerians of the move by the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, to procure interim orders that will stop the assembly from sitting and call them illegitimate, that will stop the implementation of the laws that the assembly have already passed, to allow the governor opportunity to begin appointing a caretaker committee at the local government level. These are the moves that are on. I, on behalf of APC, I will raise a well-worded letter to the NJC, and I shall name the judges that they had contacted. All of them I know.
He also dismissed claims that the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike is responsible for the political crisis in the state. He said the crisis is between the executive and legislative arms on separation of power.
I hate to link this whole thing to Wike. I hate it because nobody has shown me that Wike is the problem. They just believe that Wike being at the epicenter of the making of the assembly members includes the civil of the governor, and that the assembly members defecting, trying to whip the governor into line, that they are doing the bidding of Wike. That is the only thing. So I still believe that the problem in Rivers State is about the principle of separation of powers, checks and balances. The assembly is, by law, is saddled with the responsibility of lawmaking.
Mr. Okocha also believes that the failure of the governor to implement some aspects of the peace accord is disrespectful to the president. He said the recent comment by the governor was disrespectful to President Bola Tinubu. In separate development, the Rivers State Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, says Governor Siminalayi Fubara will not remove local government chairmen unconstitutionally. Mr. Johnson, who spoke on our sister station, Wazobia FM, said the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISIEC, is responsible for conducting elections and not the governor.
It's not government, it's the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission that should conduct local government election. The right of it resides in the states, and the laws are made by the state assemblies. The law that brought the current local government chairman was made or amended in 2008, and it gave them a 3-year tenure. The law that brought them gave them 3 years, and that 3 years, even if you make a new law now, they will not be beneficiaries of that law. You don't have the right to extend, and you don't extend in retrospect.
Still to come, police arrest suspected kidnappers, cultists who disguise as herders in River State. Stay with us. You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. Scores of those who registered for a Health, Safety and Environment HSE Professional Certification Examination known as NABOJ IGC with Ganasaret Resources Nigeria Limited have raised alarm about the conduct of the director of the training center, Akinwale Eso. Some of them, who are workers in the oil and gas sector, say the center director keeps shifting the NABOJ IGC exam date without cogent reasons months after their classes have ended.
Professional certifications, we've attended classes. When we came to understand that a lot of persons that registered previously from August last year have not been registered to take the exam. So this is our agitation. Why would they register and they've not taken the exam?
Our exams were supposed to have been last year, September. Initially it was supposed to be August, but it was moved to September due to certain issues. Unlike there have been series of shifts without exam.
My intention is to make sure that he discontinue registering people and collecting money from them. In the name, I will register you in the next subsequent exam that is coming ahead. We'll have exam on 3rd, we'll have another one on 8th, we'll have the 8th of May. After 8th of May, another one comes up according to NEBO's schedule. The innocent citizens of this country from registering from him, because let them not face what we are facing. We are facing a serious problem now because we don't know our fate with him.
The coordinator of the February 2024 class, Rufus Okwazo, also spoke to correspondent Obiorowari on this.
Came up and told us that due to certain reasons, administrative errors and some late submission of a registration form, is postponing it to on the 8th of May this year. Our concern was strictly because, one, if we call him to get updates from him, he doesn't pick his call. We send him text messages, WhatsApp messages, he does not also pick his call. We did our internal investigation. We discovered that he has outstanding students of last year, month of June, July, August, September, down to even this February here, and he is giving them the same stories that he's going to register them. And these guys have been running helter-skelter to see how they can get themselves certified, to no avail.
The director of the training center, Akinwale Eso, has neither returned calls nor replied to text messages sent to him by our correspondent. But a visit to the training center along the tank axis of the East-West Road in Port Harcourt shows classes are still ongoing at the center. Moving on, the chairman of Obiakpo Local Government Area of Rivers State, George Ariolu, has issued checks to over 100 beneficiaries of the 2024 Obiakpo Postgraduate Graduate Grant for Masters and PhD students. Speaking during the presentation of checks to the beneficiaries, Ms. Ariolu said the gesture is to enhance the educational qualifications of individuals who may not have the opportunity, as well as provide them with better livelihood prospects.
After the elections and prior to assumption of office in June 2021, I candidly thought of what and how to develop humans and make the development sustainable. This apparently was what precipitated the act of series of the trainings, empowerment, vocation, formal education, and award of postgraduate grants in consideration of the obvious fact that we have individual differences, varied capabilities, and diverse needs.
He also said that his administration is not limited to human capacity development, but has also embarked on infrastructural development, security, and electrification projects. He further thanked the FCT Minister in Somike for giving him the opportunity to serve. On the spot, the Rivers State Commissioner for Education, Chinedu Umom, says investment in human capital development is the most rewarding investment that outlives man.
As the Commissioner for Education in Rivers State, I know the amount of money Rivers State government is investing in human capital development. Chairman could have used this money for any other thing, but it's a sacrifice, and this has been going on for the past 3 years. Count yourself very lucky and appreciate it from the bottom of your heart. Utilize this fund, pursue the purpose for which this fund is being given to you. Achieve it and also return back to society when you arrive. Very importantly, when you have opportunity, give back to the society. Mr. Chairman and members of the management team, I want to felicitate you on this noble achievement. Congratulations, Chairman.
Correspondent Mekotoka reports that the PhD grant is 700,000 naira, while master's degree grant is 500,000 naira. And now police say they have arrested 5 suspected kidnappers and cultists who disguise as herders in Rivers State. The public relations officer of the State Police Command, Grace Iringakoko, in a statement named the suspect as Aliyu Usman, Sule Abubakar, Abdullahi Adamu and Malam Yahaya. She said investigation revealed that the suspects are part of a criminal network operating and have been involved in a series of kidnapping across Rivers, Delta, and Edo State. She said the suspects were arrested following the disappearance of 4 staff members of a real estate company during a routine property inspection in Okocha community, Iweche local government area in January 2024. Now, she also said that the suspects collected community land for their operations under the pretense of protecting the land from land grabbers. Staying with crime stories, operatives of the anti-cultism unit in River State say they have arrested a notorious cultist and kidnapper identified as Godfrey Odum. Police spokesperson Grace Iringokoko said the suspect was implicated in the abduction of Precious Chukwu, a student at Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, Rumuola. She said the victim was eventually released after being robbed of her belongings. She said the suspect has confessed to the crime and has provided crucial information regarding the identities of other gang members involved. In other news, following the petition by gospel singer Nathaniel Bassey to the Inspector General of Police over defamation by 5 social media users who allege he is the father of singer Mercy Chinwo's son, Port Harcourt-based family therapist Sarah Menete says there is a need for people to realize the consequences of their actions on social media. In an interview with our correspondent, Ms. Sarah explained how the entire incident impacted Mercy Chinwo's recent music event and her personal life.
A lot of people do not know that Mercy Chinwo just had a listening concert a couple of days ago. It affected her publicity greatly. They couldn't push the publicity as much as they should have. I followed it online and it was wonderful. But I could tell how that whole saga had affected not just her music or her personal life. And when she got on the mic and started talking, I could see that it was coming from a background of what she has just had to go through and still stand in public and minister to people. People need to begin to pay for their actions. And we need to understand that social media is an extension of human life.
The 5 social media users have now been summoned by a chief magistrate court in Abuja for criminal defamation. Popular and controversial cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, also known as Bob Risky, has failed to meet the bail conditions granted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyenwale made this known.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
Israel says it has approved the opening of 2 humanitarian routes into Gaza to allow more aid into the territory. The Erez Gate in northern Gaza will be temporarily reopened for the first time since the start of the war, and Ashdod Port will also be opened for humanitarian deliveries. That's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Governor Fubara is calling the circulating PDP caretaker committee list fake. Rivers APC is alleging a plot by Governor Fubara to get a court to declare state lawmakers illegal. Police have arrested suspected kidnappers, cultists who disguise as herders in River State. And on the foreign scene, Israel has approved opening of 2 aid routes into Gaza. The news was edited by Chioma Ezinwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.